You know, Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
it's that one night where things can get weird, really weird.
Definitely. That line between fun scares and something genuinely unsettling, it gets blurry.
Yeah, it really does. We all kind of lower our guard, right? Festive mood, costumes.
Exactly. And that atmosphere, it can give a perfect cover for things that aren't playful at all.
So today we're going to share some stories, some true accounts of really unnerving Halloween experiences.
These aren't campfire tales.
Yeah,
They come from real people, shared on the YouTube channel Lazy Masquerade.
right. And we want to kind of unpack them. What makes them so creepy? What were the signs? And, how did these things affect the people involved?
It's about looking at those moments where make-believe turns into a real threat.
Okay, let's get into it. Like we said, these aren't your usual ghost stories. This is different. It makes you second-guess that knock on the door. Our first story starts on a military base. We've got a 12-year-old girl, the narrator, and her 10-year-old sister. So it's around Halloween. The narrator's heading to a friend's house, cuts between some buildings, and bam, she sees this figure.
Oh.
A creeper in a Michael Myers mask, she calls him, just standing there.
Right. The classic mask.
And the second he clocks that she's seen him, he just melts back into the shadows. Gone.
And your first thought, especially then, is probably, oh, someone's just messing around, right? Halloween season?
Totally. It's easy to just brush it off.
But that's the danger, isn't it? That immediate rationalization. Halloween gives people cover.
It really does. And this wasn't a one-off. The very next morning, she's waiting for the school bus, sees him again.
Same guy, same mask.
Yep. He ducks behind a building. She tries telling the other kids, hey, I saw that creepy guy again.
And they just blew her off.
Pretty much. Thought she was making it up, trying to scare them. Nobody else saw him. She felt it was sketchy, but, when everyone else dismisses it.
You start to doubt yourself.
Yeah. Then comes Halloween night itself. The sisters are out trick-or-treating. Should be fun, right? Candy, costumes.
But he's there.
He's there. Same Michael Myers figure, following them between the houses all night.
Oh, that's terrifying. Just knowing he's back there.
And they made a point not to look, to ignore him, stay out of the shadows. Imagine that feeling, being stalked under the cover of trick-or-treating.
That constant silent observation, it's incredibly unnerving. It's psychological pressure, even without a direct confrontation. The mask isn't just hiding a face, it's hiding intent.
And it lets them push boundaries without immediate alarm bell.
Absolutely. It normalizes something deeply abnormal. Using Halloween as camouflage, it's chillingly effective.
And it gets worse. They get home, think they're safe. The younger sister comes into the narrator's room, panicked.
What happened?
He's in their backyard, standing there, staring up at the younger sister's window.
No way. Right in their private space.
Their parents heard the commotion, came out, saw him. He apparently jetted, just took off running.
Thank God the parents were there.
But it doesn't quite end there. This is the part that really gives you chills. About a week later, the younger sister. Yeah.
Someone tried to kidnap her while she was walking to school.
Oh, my God.
The narrator doesn't know for sure if it was the same guy, if it was connected,
Right.
but that possibility, it just hangs there.
Wow. That uncertainty is awful. From seeing a figure to being followed to him being in their yard, targeting the sister's window, it feels like an escalation.
Yeah.
It suggests planning, surveillance, not random at all. It's a terrifying breach of safety.
That slow burn of fear, it's insidious. But
Yeah.
sometimes the threat isn't slow.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's right there, in your face.
A direct confrontation.
Exactly. Which brings us to our second story. This one happened just last year. Narrator and their younger brother home alone on Halloween night.
Classic scenario.
Yeah, parents are at a party, kids are handing out candy, standard stuff. So it gets late, like 10 p.m., candy's mostly gone. They do the usual thing, turn off the porch light, shut down the decorations. Signal's clear. Closed for business.
Right, the universal sign.
They're inside, watching a scary movie, and then a knock at the door.
Even with the lights off. Even with the lights off. Which is weird, right? This late.
That's immediately a red flag. Ignoring the signal.
The narrator thinks, okay, maybe it's late trick-or-treaters, maybe even their parents checking.
All right.
So they look through the people.
Sensible.
What they see is not a kid, it's a man. Black hoodie, hood up, hiding his face mostly.
Okay, creep.
All they can really make out is a beard and dry, crusty lips, as the narrator described it. Definitely not dressed for trick-or-treating. Too old. Hands jammed in his hoodie pocket. Looked really thin.
Alarm bells ringing.
Big time. The narrator said every instinct screamed danger. No way are they opening that door. He knocks again, still watching through the peephole. He seems kind of desperate, even shaking a bit, though it wasn't cold. Narrator just wants him gone. So they shout through the door, "We're out of candy!"
Hoping that'll do it.
But it doesn't. The man gets this smile, not a nice one. And he asks, voice all raspy and mocking, "Are you alone in there?"
Oh, that question.
Yeah.
That's not about candy.
No, that's testing vulnerability, pure predator behavior.
Absolutely. Trying to gauge the situation, see if they're easy targets. Yeah, it's chilling.
The younger brother's there, has his phone, asks if he should call the cops. The man outside kind of grumbles, then says, "Sounds like you're not alone in there."
He heard them.
Yeah.
Realized they weren't alone.
Right. So the narrator, terrified but running on adrenaline, puts on their toughest voice, shouts, "Get the F away from my house or I will call the police."
Good for them, standing their ground.
It worked. The man's smile dropped. He apparently bared his teeth, narrator described them as piss yellow, looked furious, but he turned and left.
Wow.
They watched him until he was totally gone. Huge sigh of relief, but they didn't call the police then.
Why not?
They figured, well, he left. He didn't actually try to break in or hurt them. They didn't even tell their parents, just wanted to forget it.
Understandable in the moment, maybe, but...
Here's where it gets really awful. This isn't just a creepy story. It's tragic.
Okay.
The next day, they find out an elderly woman lived just a few houses down. She was murdered.
Oh.
Found on her front porch, stabbed multiple times, chest and neck.
Oh, my God. The timing.
They knew instantly. They knew it was the guy from their door.
And they told the police?
Everything. But without a clear look at his face, there wasn't much the police could do. He was never caught.
Wow.
And the narrator carries this immense guilt, blames themselves, thinks if they'd just called 911 right away, maybe she'd still be alive.
That's an incredibly heavy burden. The what-ifs and the details. Nothing taken from her house.
Nothing. It wasn't robbery.
So the motive was purely violence.
Yeah.
Just to kill someone. That lack of any other motive makes it even more disturbing.
It's pure malice, hidden behind a seemingly random encounter.
It really underscores the difficulty of judging threats in the moment and the potential awful consequences of hesitation or misjudgment.
That weight of regret, unimaginable. It just forces you to think about trusting those gut feelings. Okay, let's shift gears slightly. That last story was brutal, direct violence. Our third one takes us to Scotland.
Okay, different setting.
Yeah, and Halloween isn't quite the massive event there as it is in, say, the US. So the context is a bit different.
Right.
The narrator's getting ready to go out. Her mom's home. First, trick-or-treaters arrive. She answers the door. Standard group of kids, but there's adult with them. Or seemingly with them.
Okay.
Standing back at the end of the path, dressed all in black, wearing some kind of mask she didn't recognize. Not like a movie mask, just a mask. She assumes, parent, older sibling.
A reasonable assumption, especially if it's less common to see adults out.
Yeah.
But that ambiguity.
Exactly. So the kids do their thing, get candy, leave. Narrator's about to close the door, looks out. The adult figure is still there.
Just standing.
Just standing at the end of her path, staring at her.
Okay, immediate creep factor goes way up.
Her skin starts crawling. She backs into the house slowly, keeping an eye on him. And then he slowly raises a hand and waves. Really slowly.
Yeah, that's deliberate. It's not accidental.
She's freaked out, about to call out, when her mom comes to the door, sees her mom, and the guy just takes off. Runs in the opposite direction of the kids.
Proving he wasn't with them.
Exactly. He wasn't their guardian. He was just there, watching her. She's obviously shaken up. Tells her boyfriend when he picks her up, but tries to put it out of her mind, enjoy the movie.
Hard to do after something like that.
For sure. Later that night, she gets home. It's late. Trick-or-treating's long over. Her mom's about to take the dogs out, meaning she'll be alone for a bit.
Which she probably wasn't thrilled about.
Especially not that night. She goes up to her room. Now, her dad had installed a motion sensor light right outside her window.
Okay, security measure.
Usually, it only came on for a minute or two if a cat walked past on the fence. Standard stuff. But tonight, it clicks on and stays on.
Longer than usual.
Way longer. Like 5 minutes go by, the light's still blazing. That's not a cat.
Something's out there, keeping it triggered.
She gets this sinking feeling, opens her blinds, looks out, and her stomach just drops.
It's him.
It's him. The creep from hours before, she calls him, sitting on the fence, waving at her window.
Waving. to keep the light on.
That's what it looked like.
Okay.
He was deliberately moving to keep the sensor active. And when he saw her looking, his waving slowed right down, just watching her react.
That is incredibly bold and violating,
Mm-hmm.
turning a security light into part of his performance.
Yeah.
It's about control.
It's terrifying. She doesn't know what to do. But then, thankfully, she hears the front door. Her parents are back with the dogs.
Oh, thank goodness.
She bolts downstairs, screaming about the guy on the fence. Her dad, credit to him, doesn't hesitate, grabs the dogs, runs out the back, shouting threats. "Get out of here. I'm calling the police."
Did it work?
Yeah, scared him off. He ran.
Okay, good. Did they call the police this time?
Well, here's the thing. Her dad wanted to, but the narrator talked him out of it.
Really? Why?
She was just so terrified she wanted to forget it ever happened, go to sleep, pretend it was a nightmare. He didn't follow the kids earlier, didn't actually hurt anyone.
The desire to just erase the trauma is strong. Understandable, even if maybe not the safest call, public-wise.
Yeah. She did warn the neighbors the next day, but nobody else saw anything.
That waving to keep the light on, that's such a specific, deliberate act of intimidation. Asserting presence, violating her space, making her aware she's being watched, deeply unnerving.
So we've heard these 3 stories now. Michael Myers' stalker, the late-night knocker, the waving creep in Scotland. What ties them together for you, besides just, happening on Halloween?
Well, it's that theme of the unknown presence, isn't it? The figure you can't quite identify, whose motives are unclear but feel threatening.
Yeah, the ambiguity is terrifying.
And the feeling of vulnerability, especially when alone, or even worse, when the threat comes right to your home, your supposed safe space.
Like the guy in the backyard or on the fence.
Exactly. Halloween provides this convenient mask, literally and figuratively. It blurs the line between performance and genuine danger. These predators use the holiday cover perfectly.
And it messes with your head, right? You second guess yourself. Is it real? Am I overreacting?
Precisely. That cognitive bias, wanting to believe it's harmless because of the date and the impact. It's clearly profound and lasting on these individuals. Their sense of safety, their feeling about Halloween, shattered.
And knowing these are true stories, it just hits differently than fiction, doesn't it? Makes you look over your shoulder a bit more.
It really does. It makes you hyper-aware of how we navigate spaces, public and private, and how quickly that feeling of security can evaporate.
These stories, they definitely remind you that the scariest things aren't always made up. Sometimes they're real, waiting just outside.
Absolutely. And they're a powerful reminder, I think, to trust your instincts, to be vigilant. Not every costume is innocent. Not every knock is friendly.
Yeah.
It forces us to think, how would we react? What signals would we pick up on? Would we act or hesitate?
It really does make you question, what's actually lurking out there in the shadows, even on a night that's supposed to be fun. What stands out to you listening to this? How might you react differently if that late night knock came? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for these chilling stories. We hope you found this, maybe not enjoyable, but certainly thought-provoking.
Indeed. Stay safe out there.
And if you appreciate these kinds of explorations into the darker side of things, please do give us a like, share this with someone who might find it interesting, and subscribe to our channel, Horror Docs, for more deep dives. We'll see you next time.